Okay, so this next video is pretty crazy. I'm basically thinking that I'm going on a flight to LA, or to New York from LA, and I have my laptop, the clothes for the next 5 days, and 50 hemp joints in my carry-on luggage. Before I got on the flight, so I was boarding in zone 4. About a half hour before the flight's supposed to take off, the boarding agent comes on and says, Zone 3 and higher will have to check their bags. By zone 3, they said everyone else's bags have to be checked. Man, you don't know how scary that is. If I would have checked my bag, it would have went to Buffalo, New York. Buffalo, New York is on the opposite side of the state. I would have never seen my bag again. I don't know how I would have ever gotten my bag. And so, I had no choice. I'm zone 4. I can't check my bag because I booked a skip-legged flight and I'm supposed to be going to Buffalo, New York. Got in line. They gave me a bag tag. They said, all right, come down with us, we'll get you fucking on the plane right away. And I'm thinking, I don't even fucking care. So I leg back a little bit and it turns, the terminal, or the on-ramp to the plane kind of angles. Because I was so desperate. I had to get out of LA. I wanted to go to New York. I didn't have any money. I wanted to do it as cheap as they could. And ripping my bag tag off as I was walking down the sky bridge to the plane. Rip the bag tag off my bag. And I find a place in line and I budge like 50 people. And jumping in line to pretend like I was in zone 2 or zone 3. And I just snuck and I just crossed my fingers. I just held my breath and I hoped and prayed that no one would rat me out. Because I don't give a fuck about life. One of the craziest flying memories that I'll probably ever have. But in all seriousness, I had to do what I had to do. Almost was life with no bag. Life with no bag in New York for 5 days. Scary. It was a red-eye flight. The next morning, I was going to the Cannabis Media Summit in Times Square. I had 50 hemp joints on me that I was going to sell and pass out at these events.
And it'll run for about 2 minutes just packing the joints.
And then I had all my clothes, my laptop. I mean, I was just, everything that I needed was in that bag. So I ended up getting on the flight. I'm in the last row in the middle seat on a booked 757. But I'm out here. I made it to JFK. I got my bag, I got my clothes. I got everything I need to have a great trip. There's gonna be a lot of journalists who cover cannabis, and it's gonna be an all-day thing, so I hope to learn a lot. Out in New York City, Rodney.
I was thinking before this about how amazing it has been, well, with the pros and cons, to see cannabis become such a buzzword. It's happened very quickly over the past few years. There's really been just a surge in online and real life interest in this topic, and the case with many buzzwords or topics that are trafficking, the fact is that there can be a wide array of coverage. It can be coming at you 24/7, and the topic will still never be fully explored. We won't get the whole story, but given that this is a relatively new field of journalism, I know some people have been in 15 years or longer, but it's widening so much, and because it's such a big and important topic, I think that there is, a lot of room for investigating different areas. And the perspective that I've had in terms of choosing my stories is that This is a plant that has been a part of human lives for, at the minimum, tens of thousands of years, probably evolutionarily millions, but that's, you know, a topic for another day.
Shalene, you make the news regularly. Like, I've seen tweets of yours turned into headlines. I can't imagine that that's like a pleasant experience, so I'm just curious to hear from you. What is it like to have kind of that many eyeballs on you, where like something you put on social media can become a story, can become news, and can turn into like, I mean, I've seen a few things happen, so what's that like?
The one thing that you and I have in common, I think, is that we're both in the news pretty often, but neither of us have ever hired a PR person for that.
That's right, yeah.
My best advice is, you know, if it don't feel right, don't do it. Stay away from using, you know, cannabis, you know, in your text. Don't use it on the any graphics or videos, because we've seen things get taken down on our Instagram, but thankfully our account has not been shut down. But also with that, you don't own any of those networks. You don't own it. So with that, you have to funnel your audience to what you own. And for a lot of us, that's that email list.
How was your day, bro?
Today was great, man. We met so many great people today.
Yeah, we
I
did.
couldn't believe it.